So hello and welcome to this Adobe After Effects tutorial. Today we are going to create this simple animation, and right now you can see what we are going to be doing. I am just experimenting with something like this, and I am slowly learning character animation, so in the future I am going to create more advanced and better tutorials, but this tutorial I am going to make two parts, or like two separate tutorials, because in the first one we are going to animate every step individually, and in the second tutorial we are going to create the same animation, but we are going to create animation only once, and then we are going to use some expression, loop out expression, and we are going to loop this forever. But yeah, in this tutorial we are going to create animation step by step. The other tutorial I will put in the description, and yeah, right now we can start. Okay, so right now I'm on the site Freepik, and I'm going to put the link in the description, and I'm also going to provide you the Illustrator file that we are going to very quickly create right now. So yeah, all you need to do is click download, then save this, and yeah, I will go to the place where I have this, and I am going to unzip this. I'm going to have an Illustrator file. I'm going to double click. It is going to open me this in the Illustrator with some warning about missing fonts, but I will go with close, and yeah. And here all we need to do is select this, right click and choose ungroup. Right now it is going to be separated from this text like so. And one more time I need to select this, right click. Right now I don't have option for the ungroup but the release clipping mask, so I will go with this one, and right now it is going to be separated. I will create new document. I will go with 1920 by 1080. I want this to be pixels, and I'm going to click create. And I will go to the initial document, and I'm going to drag this sock in here like so. I am going to scale this with the shift. I am going to rotate this little bit like so. I will put it down so I can see how it is rotated a little bit more, something like this. Okay, I think that this is fine. I am going to scale this little bit like so, and I am going to duplicate this. So I will hold Alt or Option, and I am just going to drag, and I am going to hold Shift to stay on the same line, so like this. And now I will go in here, and I am going to get the present. We are going to use this for our background, so at least we are going to have something on the background, and yeah. And I am going to scale this one more time with the Shift and yeah. Now I will go to the layers, and I'm going to have everything in the layer 1. So what I'm going to do is I will click on the layer 1, these 3 lines, and I will go to the release 2 layers. And right now I can select these layers, drag them outside of the layer 1. Layer 1 is right now empty. I can delete this and yeah. And I will just save this. I am going to provide you this. So yeah, I'm going to call this, I'm going to put it in the folder AI, Adobe Illustrator. I'm going to call this to be socks and save. In here you do not need to, you do not want to change anything. We want this to be as a default, and I will click OK. Now I will go to the Adobe After Effects, and I am going to, let me go Window Workspace, Reset Standard, okay. But yeah, that's not for you, I just had something, but yeah, and I am going to go to my Adobe Illustrator file, and I'm going to drag the Illustrator file to the Adobe After Effects. I want this to be a composition layer size, and I'm going to click OK. And now I'm going to double click on these socks, and it is going to open me this like so. I'm going to create some kind of background, so I will go to the layer, new, solid, like so, and I'm going to choose some blue color, so I will go maybe with something like this, and I will go with OK. You can choose any color, and I'm going to put it at the bottom like so, and I'm going to lock this for the moment. Now I'm going to rename my layers, so this is going to be shoe 1 or sock 1. I will go with shoe, I don't know why, but yeah, this is going to be shoe number 2. Okay, number 3, I will go with number 2 like so, and this is going to be present, so I will go with present like so, and yeah. I am going to change the color of the shoes to maybe orange, just so I can visually see this a little bit better, and yeah. I am going to select them. I will go with S for the scale, and I'm going to scale them a little bit like so, and yeah. I will select them. I will go with shift and arrows. I'm going to position them down. I will zoom in a little bit like so, and I will, with my arrows, position them like so. Okay, something like this. And right now I will select only this one, and I will move this little bit closer, maybe something like this. Okay, this is fine. Now I am going to select my shoes or socks, and I will go P for the position, and yeah. I am going to create the keyframe for both of them, so I will click on the stopwatch like this, and yeah, to create the keyframe. Now I am going to move with the shift and page down 10 frames, and I will go to the shoe 1, and I am going to move this somewhere here like so. For the moment I am going to hide the present, so I will move it somewhere here, and I am going to move 10 frames more, and I am going to move it somewhere here. I can zoom in a little bit just to position this correctly, but yeah, I can go like this, and yeah. Just try to have the space between them approximately the same as in here, but yeah, we can go with something like this, maybe a little bit more, and yeah. And now what I want to do is I do not want to have the straight line, but I want to have this to be curved. So I will go to the pen tool, I will go to the convert vertex tool, and I am just going to drag like so, and this is what we are going to have. And we can go to this keyframe, and we can, with the arrows or shift and arrows, position this, so I can go maybe like so, a little bit more down or anything, but yeah, and this is what we are going to have. Okay, and now we are going to do the same thing for this one. So I am going to, for the shoe number 2, I am going to create a keyframe. I will move 10 frames, and I am going to put this up like so, and I am going to move 10 frames, and I am going to put this down like so. One more time, approximately to be same difference, and approximately to be on the bottom. And one more time, I will go with this tool, and I'm going to make this to be curved like so. I can go to this keyframe, and while I am going to be on this keyframe, I can position this wherever I want, up, down, to the left, to the right, as you want, but yeah. And right now, basically, this is what we are going to have. As I said at the beginning, in this tutorial we are not going to go with the expression, we are going to animate step by step. So yeah, I'm going to go to the shoe 1, I will create a keyframe, I will move 10 frames. I will show you this couple of times because right now we will have to go with the camera, but yeah, one more time I will go up in here approximately, I will move 10 frames more, I will put it to the bottom like so, okay, and one more time I am going to go like this. I can go to this keyframe, and I can position it wherever I want. Okay, now we are going to need camera because it is going to be, right now we cannot see. So right now if I would like to move this one, it would be hard. So what I'm going to do is I will go to the layer, I will go to the new, and I am going to go to the camera. In the camera, I do not want to change anything, but I want this to be one node camera. I do not want this to be two node, so one node camera, and everything should be fine. You can see my camera, but I have this as a default, and I am going to click OK. When you have a camera and lights, but we don't have lights, but camera do not affect to the layers, so we will have to convert our layers to be 3D, but yeah, I will click OK. And yeah, in here we can make the layers, all of the layers to be 3D. For the moment I am going to unlock the background, and I am going to log it back. If you cannot see this option, maybe in the toggle switches mode you are on this mode. Let me close everything just so you can see this. So we have this toggle switches mode at the bottom, and in here you do not see the 3D option. If you click this, you will see the 3D option. Or you can go with F4 to toggle between them, but yeah. And now I will go to the camera, P for the position, and this is optional, but I am going to separate the dimensions. So I will right click, and I am going to choose separate dimension because I want to have only X position. And basically I am going to go in here, and I am going to move the X position of the camera like so. You can see that our background is, you know, not continuing, but we will take care about that later. But yeah, I am going to go to my shoes, I will go P for the position, and I am just going to continue with the animations. So here right now we will go with this one. I will create a keyframe. I will move 10 frames more. I will move this up like so, 10 frames more. And yeah. So yeah, I am going to create a few more steps, and probably I am going to skip this part because I am just repeating the process. So yeah, I will just move the camera so I can make the animations, and I am just going to create a few more steps. So yeah, I am going to skip this part. I am just adding the steps. It is always the same, like so and like so. And right now I am not that much worried about this space because I want to make this fast. But yeah. Okay, like this. And yeah, so yeah, I'm going to skip this. I will create few more steps and I will see you in the moment. Okay, so right now I am finishing my steps and I am going to convert the last point like so. And yeah, okay, so basically now what I'm going to do is I will go to the camera, I will right click and I'm going to go with reset. So we are going to be at the beginning and this is what we are going to have, and the steps are going to continue and so on. So now what I want to do is I would like to let's position the camera at the beginning somewhere here, for example, like so. Okay, and I'm going to create a keyframe for the X position, and I'm going to move where my steps end. So you may have as many as you want, and I am just going to move the camera until I am going to come there. So I will go up in here like so, and yeah. Okay, and basically right now I am going to have the animation like so, and yeah, I'm going to go with the present. So I am going to make this like so, and I am just going to duplicate the present and position it a little bit in here, just so we have some kind of reference with the static object, so some kind of background. So I'm going to go with Ctrl D on the present, and with the selection tool I am going to position it somewhere here like so. Okay, I can rotate it or anything, but I am not going to be worried about it. That's only for the background. Ctrl D and I will go like this. Okay, but I can rotate it like so. I can go with W and rotate it a little bit if this works. Okay, it's not going to work like this because I have 3D. I am not going to be worried about rotation, or you can go R for the rotation and you can rotate it, but it should be Z position like so. But yeah, okay, like this, and maybe one more time. So one more time I'm going to rotate it. I'm going to position this right now with the shift and arrows like so. And yeah, I wanted to rotate it like so with the rotation tool, but right now we have this as a 3D, so it would be, you know, it would be hard to rotate. So we need to rotate the Z position, but on this one rotation. But yeah, okay. So right now that's the presents are optional, and this is what we are going to have. We are going to have the steps, they are walking, and we have just presents as some kind of background. Okay, now I would like to, you know, extend my background. So what I can do is I can unlock this. I can go with S for the scale. I can unclick this constraint proportions, and I can just make this, you know, bigger. And I am going to make this big enough so it is going to cover everything. And basically right now this is what we are going to have. I am going to put the shoes or the socks over the presents like so. So I am going to select them and I will put them in here like so. And yeah, basically this is what we are going to have. And yeah, okay. Now if you want, you can select all of these keyframes that we have, and I can go with Alt or Option and I can drag them like so. So right now this is going to make the animation to be slower, but we will have to adjust the camera if we want to make this slower, or we can make this faster, but one more time you would have to adjust the camera, because right now it is going to be faster, but I am going to keep it as it is, and yeah. Okay, so as I said in the second tutorial, or in the other tutorial, I'm going to show you the same thing, but with the expression, with making only one step, and yeah. But I just wanted to show you something like this. When you do it like so, you can create some kind of variation or something, but yeah. So very quickly, I will show you how you can export this. So I will go in here on my timeline, I will go with N like so, or you can just drag this in here like so. I am going to right click and I am going to choose trim comp to work area like so, and yeah. Before of that, I will just save my project because it can crash. So I will go in here, I will save this. So I am going to create a folder which I am going to call to be Adobe After Effects, and I am just going to call this untitled. That's fine, but I will go to the file, export add to Adobe Media Encoder Q. It is going to open me this media encoder. It can take few moments to open this, but eventually it is going to open. Okay, so right now I am in the media encoder. For the moment this is going to be empty. It can take few moments until your project is going to appear in here, which eventually is going to happen. I want this to be H.264, this is like a standard MP4. In here I do not want to change anything, and in here I am just going to choose the location where I want to have this. So I am going to create a folder which I am going to call to be render, for example. I am going to click save, I am going to start the render, and yeah, this is what we are going to have. So yeah, it is going to start me the render until it is going to finish like so. And right now I can go to the place where I have this like so render. I can play this, and this is my animation. And yeah, if you want, of course you can in the Adobe After Effects put a motion blur. It is going to make a little blur while this is moving. So I could go in here, motion blur, and I can put a motion blur to my shoes like so, and it would just make the shoes to be a little bit blurry while they are moving. But yeah, so yeah, this is it, this is all. I am going to put the link in the description for the same tutorial, but with the expression. And yeah, so if anyone have been here until the end, you can write me there in the comments. But yeah, thank you, take care, and goodbye.